Hello, my friends. I'm Professor Soumya here from Accurately Accounts, and this is my YouTube channel wherein I intended to help the students in understanding second PUC accountancy in a better way. In this video, I have explained the syllabus of accountancy first and then followed by the introduction to the first chapter of second PUC accountancy. The second PUC accountancy syllabus, if you see, it is in two different parts. The first part is comprising of accounting for not-profit organization, accounting for partnership, under that fundamentals, admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, death of a partner, and dissolution of partnership we can observe. The second part is completely related to the accounting of joint stock company. So in the part B, we can observe accounting for share capital, issue and redemption of debentures, financial statements of company, analysis of financial statements, accounting ratios, and cash flow statements. Now, let me begin with the very first chapter of second PUC accountancy, accounting for non-profit organization. This is the most important chapter from which students can expect 1-mark question, 2-mark question, 12-mark problem, and there is a provision and there is a chances of getting 5-mark practical oriented question. Before we begin with understanding the meaning of not-for-profit organization, let us understand what exactly is business about. Business is basically being busy in some activity which fetch some money. Or in other words, these are the economic activity which results in movement of money. So we all know that business is part of society. And every business will be having its own social objectives. But these social objectives are always the secondary objectives for the business organization. There are certain organizations, several organizations, which are actually meant only for rendering services to the society. So in this chapter, you are going to learn about such organizations and its accounting treatment. Not-for-profit organizations, non-profit organizations, non-trading concerns are the synonyms. Let us understand the meaning of non-profit organizations. Non-profit organizations are the organizations formed not to make any profits but to render services to the society. This is the most important part of the chapter from which you can expect 1-mark as well as 2-mark question. This is the most frequently asked question in the board examination, the meaning of non-profit organization. Say suppose if they ask you to write the answer for 1-mark, you can write the sentences whatever I said just now. Suppose if they ask you to write in 2 sentences for 2 marks, what you can do is you can just include some examples. Now let us understand the meaning of non-profit organization along with the examples. Non-profit organizations are the organizations which are basically set up or started or formulated in order to render some services to the society and not to make any kind of profit. The best examples for non-profit organizations are educational institutions like schools, colleges, sports and recreational clubs, libraries, charitable trust, old age homes and orphanages. So you can write any 2 examples if you're answering the 2-mark question. The characteristic features of non-profit organization are as follows. The first and very important characteristic feature of non-profit organization is These organizations are formed to render services to the society and not to make any kind of business. They don't have any intention of making the profit. The second point is a continuation of first point, which says generally these organizations do not undertake any business or trading activities. Generally, the trading activities are done with the intention of making profit. So here, non-profit organizations do not have any such objectives. So they don't involve themselves in any kind of business or trading activities. The third point says subscribers are called members here in case of non-profit organization. In case of sole trading concern, the person involved in sole trading business, we call him as sole trader or proprietor. He is the owner of sole trading concern. When it comes to partnership firm, we can observe the presence of partners who are the owners of partnership firm. In case of joint stock company, we can see the shareholders, the members of joint stock company. The same way, in case of non-profit organization, we can observe the subscribers, whom we can also call as members. Now, the fourth point says that the sources of income of such organizations are subscriptions from members, donations, legacies, and grants. So these are the different sources from which generally the non-profit organization will get the income. The last but one point says surplus not distributed among its members. So just now we have learnt about the subscribers as members in case of non-profit organization. If you observe in case of business organization, generally if there is any surplus, surplus is basically excess of income over expenditure. If any profit is there, it will be distributed among the owners, sole trader, or maybe among the partners, or maybe among the shareholders. But here, if at all, if there is any kind of surplus, it is not distributed among the members. That is one of the most important characteristic feature of non-profit organization. Now let us understand how this non-profit organization is managed. Generally, an election will be conducted among the members or interested members, and one of the member will be selected and he will be taking responsibility of the management. So that is the last characteristic feature of the non-profit organization. Again, you people can expect a 2-mark question on this. If they ask you to write the characteristic features of non-profit organization, I insist you to write any 4 points. Any 4 easy points you can pick up and you can write the same thing. As you all know that non-profit organization is not involved in any kind of business or trading activity, then there may come a question in your mind that why the accounting treatment is important in case of non-profit organization. What is the essence or objective behind preparation of books of accounts? Let us understand the need for maintaining books of accounts by non-profit organization. The first and foremost important need is in order to avoid the misappropriation of funds, embezzlement of cash. Whatever the fund which has been donated or granted to the non-profit organization, it has to be utilized to serve the society. It should not be used for some other purposes. So, it is very essential to prepare the books of accounts. The second essence is to track income and expenditure. It is very essential to keep record of income and expenditure of non-profit organization. Inflow and outflow of money or money's worth. It is very essential to keep record of this. The third point says to know the financial position. Generally, the financial position is comprising of surplus or deficit when it comes to non-profit organization, and the value of assets, liabilities, and capital at the end of the financial year. It is very essential to assess all these values even for non-profit organizations. The fourth point says to satisfy legal requirement. Even this non-profit organization is an entity. Registration is compulsory for certain type of organization, say if it is trust or educational institutions. So it is mandatory for them to maintain the books of accounts. Last one, to ensure the proper use of resources from government. Generally, the government grants will be given to the non-profit organization for the upliftment and betterment of society. So these amounts are supposed to be utilized only for the same purpose. So it is very essential to prepare the books of accounts in case of non-profit organization. So these 5 points clearly says the essence or requirement or need for maintaining the books of accounts by non-profit organization. Now, let us understand what are the different books maintained by non-profit organization. Here in non-profit organization, we can observe maintaining the cash book, journal, ledger and register of members. As you are all very much aware of cash book, journal and ledger, here the new thing is register of members. Registers of members generally prepared in order to know the total number of membership, total number of members, and also to find out the outstanding subscriptions and subscriptions received in advance. Generally, in order to be a member of any non-profit organization, a person has to pay some amount which we call a subscription, which you people are going to learn in my next video, wherein I'm going to explain the different terms used in non-profit organization and also followed by the accounting treatment. Now, let us understand the meaning of the members register again. So, members register is basically a book or a document which comprises the details of members, membership, and the amount what the members have paid for the subscription and outstanding amount if any there or any advances if any. So all these details we will get to know from the register of members. Thank you so much for watching my video. For more videos on accountancy theory as well as on problems, kindly subscribe my channel Accurately Accounts. Thank you.